in their communities.
The celebration of Irish heritage and holiday kicked off the Celtic New Year a little early, or Celtic, depends on which one you use. Dozens came together Saturday night for the event. It's held to celebrate the end of the harvest season. The festival formally begins on the 31st of this month and dates back to more than 5,000 years.
The Irish believed that it was when the spirit world was closest to the living world and really was the foundations, the roots of what we celebrate as Halloween.
Organizers say the ancient festival led to the adoption of costumes as a way to ward off evil spirits. The fall celebration also serves as an opportunity to remember and reflect on loved ones who have passed. Well, we're just over a week released.
Well, it's an exciting day today down in Orem for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Later this week, the new Orem, Utah temple is opening up its doors for the public.
And news specialist Dan Rascone live outside giving us a sneak peek of the temple. Hi, Dan.
Hey, good morning, Lori and Tamara. Yeah, it's great to see you this morning. You know, hey, this is an exciting week for the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. Look at this backdrop here. Is that gorgeous or what? The Orem, Utah temple opening up its doors this week for the public. Today we get a sneak peek inside to actually see what it looks like. You know, a lot of you, of course, have seen the temple right off the freeway. I-15, boy, it just boom, it's right there. You know, joining me now, Glenn and Elizabeth Mella. It's great to have you this morning. You're kind of coordinating some of the volunteers and everything that's going on here. Very busy time. Tell me about the excitement as you get to open the doors here.
You know, many people in this area, as you just mentioned, have seen the temple being constructed and rising up near the freeway. So there's a lot of anticipation for people to finally come in and see it.
And what kind of crowds are you expecting? I guess you have a 7-week, right, open house to the public. It starts this Friday. Tell me a little bit about that.
We're expecting over 200,000 people to come through over the next 6 weeks, and we're just thrilled that they have the opportunity to come and enjoy the temple no matter what part of Orem or Utah or anywhere else that you're from. You're welcome, and we're excited to see you.
All right, well, this is a 6th one built right here in Utah County. I think there's 28 total here in Utah, so a lot of temples. Tell me about this one, what makes it a little bit maybe unique.
Well, of course, some of the decorations in the temple, the stained glass and the carvings are unique to the area. Utah Lake, cherry blossoms, things that will remind people of the setting of the temple.
Now, a lot of people haven't seen the inside there. Tell me about the excitement of actually being able to get inside now.
Well, it's just been beautifully decorated. The stained glass windows, I can't say enough about. The cherry trees that are represented, because Orem used to have so many orchards, especially cherry orchards, just really bring nature and God all together in a beautiful, beautiful way.
All right, so if people want to come see, tell us real quickly, how do they come see the temple here?
You bet. You can just go to Orem Temple Open House. There's a little button there to book a tour. The general public open house begins Friday, and we'd love everybody to come inside the temple.
All right, again, it's a very exciting time. This week, they're going to be having some of the local leaders and state leaders and those kind of things come through. And then Friday, it opens up for the public. 7-week open house here. Everybody's seen it right off the freeway here. University Avenue, just across the street from UVU. Coming up at 6:30, we're going to be talking to the student body president there at UVU. Talk a little bit about the temple here in their midst. Back to you guys in the studio.
Oh, Dan,
Gorgeous.
thanks so much. Isn't that backdrop just stunning?
Absolutely.
Oh, that'll be fun for a lot of folks. Get their tickets for Friday. All right, Matt, and hopefully some nice weather to go along with that. We shall see. Yeah. On KSL Today, I'm Tamara Vaifanua.
I'm Lori Pritchard. Happy Monday, everyone. We've got the team here this morning, including Dan Rascone, live at the Orem Temple. But first, we start off with Matt Johnson.
All right. Hey, first things first, it's time.
KSL Plus app.
Well, it's an exciting week for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The new Orem, Utah temple is opening its doors for an open house.
News specialist Dan Rascone live outside giving us a sneak peek. Hi, Dan.
Hey, good morning, Lori and Tamara. Yeah, exciting day out here for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Hey, the Orem, Utah temple opening its doors for the public for the first time here this week. Take a look at this backdrop here. Gorgeous setting or what? You probably have seen this off the freeway. Right off of I-15 and University Avenue, it just kind of pops right out. It's been going up for the last 4 years, and now it's built and ready for the public to open up here coming up on Friday. Joining me now is Zach Whitlock. He is the student body president over at UVU. UVU is just basically located right across the street there. Tell me about your excitement of this temple being here.
Oh, we are so excited to have it actually be up and running. We've been able to see it go up for over the past couple of years, and so it just means a lot. We've been able to see it, and the anticipation for being able to go in there and experience that piece. It's
Tell me
great.
what role some of the students will be playing in here. I mean, we're talking about an open house over the next 7 weeks. Hundreds of thousands of people expected. Tell me what role you guys will be playing.
Yeah, well, we're going to be volunteering, and so just my organization, we have over 900 young adult volunteers to help out with this open house. So we're going to be here, we're going to be helping out, and then when it opens up, we're going to be in there.
And what's the significance for a temple for members of the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints?
Temples are not only are they beautiful on the outside, but they're especially beautiful on the inside, because it's all about families. It's what allows families to be together forever and to feel peace and refuge. So.
And tell me a little bit about UVU being right across the street there. That makes it kind of unique, I guess, having that kind of student body. That's how big is the student body now? And I guess a lot of people be coming over to see it, maybe.
Yeah, we have over 40,000 students at UVU, and so it's amazing. We've had the 2 in Provo, but it's nice to have one. We get to see it in our classrooms and as we study, so it's going to be nice to have it really close.
All right, Zach Whitlock, the student body president over at UVU, which is located just across the street. Again, this temple just off of I-15 there, University Avenue. It opens up to the public on Friday, goes for 7 weeks, and then it'll be dedicated next year. So get a chance to come and see it. It's the 6th one built in Utah County, the 28th in all of Utah. The only one off the freeway except for Taylorsville. Taylor's is another one where you could see right off the freeway there. We'll have more coming up all day today. We'll be out here. We'll get a sneak peek inside. We'll get our own personal tour and be able to give you a report coming up on KSL at noon. Back to you guys in the studio.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So much work goes into that. So thanks for that report. Appreciate it, Dan. Well, a lot of folks were out enjoying the fire. Well, a very exciting day for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The new Orem, Utah temple is opening up its doors for an open house this week. News specialist Dan Rascone is live outside giving us a sneak peek. Dan.
Yeah, hey, good afternoon, Tamara. Yeah, very exciting day, as you mentioned, for Latter-day Saints here in Orem, Utah. The Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints opening its doors to the newest temple here, the Orem, Utah temple. You probably have not missed it. You're coming down the freeway there in I-15, and suddenly it just pops right out there. It's just across the street from UVU. Today, we got our first look inside.
Absolute excitement, overjoyed.
The very first look inside the brand new Orem, Utah temple of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the 6th temple in Utah County and 28th in Utah, filled with exquisite artwork, furnishings, stained glass, and details. But for Latter-day Saints, it's what happens inside the temple that really matters.
One of the things that we learn there is that we should love God and we should love our neighbors. So as we leave the temple, we practice that love towards everyone.
The 70,000 square foot temple sitting on nearly 16 acres is a sight you can't miss. Right off the freeway and right across the street from UVU.
You know what's kind of interesting is how a property like this was available for so long so that the church could come in and identify this site and build a temple.
It's a fantastic location. It's actually like impossible to miss.
Zach Whitlock is a student body president at UVU.
We're studying and we leave and we get to look at it all day.
Yeah, pretty excited folks down here in Orem, Utah. We've been out here all morning long since 6 o'clock this morning because they really have quite the plans here to be able to have an open house. The open house starts for the public on Friday, and then it goes for 7 weeks. Free to the public. Just Google Orem, Utah Temple, and then you can basically get your tickets that way. Also, in regards to what happened here, we'll have much more coming up on KSL News at 4, 5, and 6 o'clock, including there was an actual fire here last year, just devastating for the folks out here during construction. We'll have more on that coming up this afternoon.
Yeah,
Tamara,
great to see that finished work. Thanks so much for the reporting. It's just such a beautiful temple, day or night. Thank you, Dan. Well, today, an enormous economic growth. Well, there's a market for college students looking to hire someone to do their homework for them.
Somebody's going to get caught. Their life is going to be ruined.
James Blaylock got this flyer in the mail touting homework for hire. We are talking essays, quizzes, tests, projects, and more. But what's the real cost of hire cheating for students? And wait until you hear what one homework mill told KSL's Matt Gephardt. That's tonight at 10. Don't miss it. Coming up in our next half. Always has a lot of fun there. That one looks good. All right, well, a celebration of Irish heritage and holiday kicked off the Celtic New Year a little early. Dozens came together Saturday night for this event. It is held to celebrate the end of the harvest season. The festival formally begins on the 31st of this month. It dates back more than 5,000 years.
The Irish believed that it was when the spirit world was closest to the living world and really was the foundations, the roots of what we celebrate as Halloween.
Well, organizers say the ancient festival led to the adoption of costumes as a way to ward off evil spirits. The fall celebration also serves as an opportunity to remember and reflect on loved ones who have passed. Well, beloved fall tradition is continuing.
The update, appreciate it.
Well, the new Orem, Utah temple for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is just days away from opening its doors to the public. Take a look at that. The temple is located right off of I-15, just across the street of UVU. Today, news specialist Dan Rascone got one of the first looks inside. Dan?
Hey guys, good afternoon. A beautiful day here in Orem, just behind me there, Mount Timpanogos, a beautiful sight. But the big attraction here, the whole reason why we're here, right there, the new Orem, Utah temple, going to be opening its doors to the public for the first time this Friday. It was announced 4 years ago by President Nelson during General Conference there, and now it's built and ready to open up for the public. Well, the media got a first-hand look inside that temple. Pretty cool, filled with exquisite artwork, furnishings, and details. But for Latter-day Saints, it's what happens inside the temple that really matters. The 70,000 square foot, 3-story temple sitting on nearly 16 acres is a sight you can't miss. Right off the freeway and right across the street from UVU. Pretty spectacular there, but there's much more to this and there's much more excitement. All that we're going to be coming up on KSL 5 News at 5 o'clock and also 6 o'clock. Also, there's an actual fire here at this temple a year ago. Well, you'll hear more about how they were able to rebuild and get this back in order. That's coming up on KSL at 6 o'clock. I'm Dan Rascone in Orem for KSL 5 News.
All right, Dan, we will see you at 6. Hard to miss the temple when you're going on I-15 southbound.
No, it's right there. It's beautiful.
Cool.
All right, Kevin, what a day of health.
Well, the long-awaited day for the Latter-day Saints in Orem has arrived. Their new temple is about to open its doors to the public for the very first time.
Beautiful, isn't it? Today, news specialist Dan Rascone got one of the first looks on the inside.
Yeah, very exciting day for Latter-day Saints here in Orem as their new temple is about to open its doors to the public for the very first time. It was announced in 2019. Now, 4 years later, it's about to open up its doors. And we got a peek inside.
It is so beautiful. Every part of it, the artwork in there is all reflective of the Savior in this beautiful world.
The temple is filled with exquisite artwork, furnishings, stained glass, and details. The 70,000 square foot, 3-story temple sitting on nearly 16 acres is a sight you can't miss. Right off the freeway and right across the street from UVU. But for Latter-day Saints, it's what happens inside the temple that really matters.
One of the things that we learn there is that we should love God and we should love our neighbors. So as we leave the temple, we practice that love towards everyone.
It brings me closer to our Savior Jesus Christ. It brings us as a couple closer to Jesus Christ. And so to have one so close, so accessible.
It was back in July of 2022 that someone actually set the temple on fire during construction. It was a very tough sight to see for members. We'll have more on that coming up on KSL-TV at 6 o'clock. The public open house starts this Friday and it goes for 7 weeks, and then the temple will be dedicated. This is one of 6 temples now in Utah County and one of 28 in all of Utah. In order to get tickets, they're free, but go to our website, KSLTV.com, for a link. In Orem, I'm Dan Rascone for KSL 5 News.
Dan, thank you. Yeah, he showed some of it. Any of these new temples, some of the artwork in them is incredible.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Really cool. And what a nice day to have, you know, one of these media events where we can be outside the temple, enjoy the nice wet, warm weather.
Beautiful weather today. Changes are on the
KSL-5 News.
A time of celebration for Latter-day Saints in Orem as their new temple is about to open its doors. We got a peek inside.
And gardeners out there, 2018.
The long-awaited day for Latter-day Saints in Orem has arrived. The church's new temple is about to open its doors to the public for the very first time.
Today, news specialist Dan Rascone got one of the first looks inside. Dan?
Yeah, very exciting time here in Orem for Latter-day Saints as the Orem Temple is about to open its doors to the public for the very first time. It was announced back in 2019, and today we got our first look inside.
Absolute excitement. Overjoyed.
The very first look inside the brand new Orem, Utah temple of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the 6th temple in Utah County and 28th in Utah, filled with exquisite artwork, furnishings, stained glass, and details. But for Latter-day Saints, it's what happens inside the temple that really matters.
One of the things that we learn there is that we should love God and we should love our neighbors. So as we leave the temple, we practice that love towards everyone.
The 70,000 square foot temple sitting on nearly 16 acres is a sight you can't miss. Right off the freeway and right across the street from UVU.
It's a fantastic location. It's actually like impossible to miss.
Zach Whitlock is a student body president at UVU.
We're studying and we leave and we get to look at it all day.
Oh, it's so exciting to have a temple so close in our hometown.
For the Lewis family who live in Orem, this is a long-awaited day. Chad grew up in this area, went to BYU, and played in the NFL. But all that is nothing compared to what this temple means to him and his family.
Orem is Family City, USA, and here we have a temple that seals families together for eternity, forever. Forever.
It was July of last year when someone set part of the temple on fire while under construction. It was a devastating sight, but today you would never know.
It has come to life, and it is so beautiful. Every part of it, the artwork in there is all reflective of the Savior in this beautiful world.
The public open house starts this Friday and it goes for 7 weeks, and then the temple will be dedicated. This is one of 6 temples now in Utah County and one of 28 in all of Utah. In order to get tickets, they're free, but go to our website, KSL-TV.com, for a link. In Orem, I'm Dan Rascone for KSL 5 News.
Oh, that's so neat for the community.
Yeah,
and it's
it
right
is.
there, right off of I-15. You can't miss it.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. All right, Kevin, so a few leaves have already fallen.
The open house will last for 7 weeks.
All right, let me know if any of these sound familiar here. The dog ate it. Okay, my grandma died. I need to go to the nurse's office. Excuses to get out of doing homework are typically discreet. But one company's trying something a little bit different here. Gephardt's digging into this flyer, advertising homework help for hire, and the concern it's sparking at Utah universities.
There's a new king among... too late.
Way too late.
Well, you've heard the adage, cheaters never prosper. Well, people who help cheaters sure do.
Yeah, an Orem man was contacted by a company offering to do his homework. Lee decided this was something KSL investigator Matt Gephardt needed to see. Matt?
Mike, Ashley, cheating has always been an issue that professors have had to deal with. Students secretly trading papers for cash, but I guess it's not so secret anymore. James Blaylock certainly does not need any help with his homework. He's a professional accountant who graduated a long time ago from BYU. Still, when he got this flyer in the mail, he knew it was something that he could not just throw away.
I was very concerned.
The flyer is from a website called therightchoicedocs.com, and the offer is not subtle. We do homework for college students.
I said, that is so brazen, and I'm so disturbed by it.
Aside from cheating being, wrong, James is also concerned about what this could mean for a young person's future if they get busted.
Somebody's going to get caught. Their life is going to be ruined.
James asked me to investigate. Now, if your first thought was what my first thought was, maybe this is just a scam trying to steal credit card information, I'm not so sure about that. Using investigative skills that I'd learned by actually going to college classes and paying attention, I was able to get past the website's anonymous domain and figure out where they were located, Hampton, Georgia. And look, they actually have a registration with the state. Hey, this is Matt Gebhardt from KSL. I reached out to the company through the online chat. I got a call back from somebody who refused to give me his or her name, but the caller ID closely matches the name on that business registration. The caller wanted to know when my story would air so they could, quote, be ready for the influx of orders. Then the person hung up on me before I could get a question out. Do you think that you're running a... Hello? All right, what do you think of this?
I think it's crazy.
I asked Scott Trotter with Utah Valley University for his 2 cents on this flyer.
We bring students here so they can succeed. They can learn how to succeed. We teach them they can do that without cheating. They have the ability to do it. And here you have a company that's encouraging them to do it. I was shocked, actually.
Trotter says that punishments for cheating can vary, but worst case, a student could get booted from school. The RightChoiceDocs.com seems to know that people who use their service could get into trouble because buried in the terms and conditions, they talk about how their papers are merely meant to be used for reference and or learning purposes, and that they do not condone the act of using our products to achieve higher marks within educational institutions, nor do we vouch for the results.
If we don't follow rules in our society, things break down.
As for James, he says the Right Choice Docs is offering the wrong choice.
Oh, it just makes me sick to my stomach.
10 sharpened pencil.
I did not get a chance to ask that person on the phone if they use artificial intelligence to write these papers, but I asked Utah Valley University what they are doing about students using AI to cheat. I was told they have AI to check for AI, but professors are also evolving the way that they teach, maybe letting students use AI as a tool and then thinking critically about what the computers spit out. Guys.
Well, with the apparent influx of customers they're about to have, Matt, they better be using
I'll tell you this, I looked up the prices. I'm not sharing them here, but I looked up the prices. If you're gonna, AI is out there for a lot less.
Yeah, for real.
Oh my gosh. And also don't cheat, right?
Yeah,
that's
don't
a lesson
cheat.
there. Don't
That's
cheat.
the moral of this whole story. Thank you, Matt. Well, some bragging rights for Weber.